Stop everything you are doing right now. Aries, do not skip this. You didn't find this message by the algorithm or by accident. The exact weight you have been carrying this week and the specific cycle you are in right now brought you here. I can feel the invisible pressure that has been pressing down on your shoulders, that silent exhaustion you can't explain to anyone. There is a very specific reason why things are feeling so heavy just when you're about to break through. And if you listen to me for the next few minutes, I will reveal exactly what is trying to hold you back and how to finally cut it loose. The conflict lives within the Aries, who pushes forward despite the heavy stairs, the one who sometimes dims their own fire just so others won't feel uncomfortable. You have called it a sudden streak of bad luck or an inexplicable block just when you were about to win. But it is not a coincidence. It is an active spiritual siege of envy trying to stall your most important cycle. It is like being a lighthouse surrounded by a thick invisible fog, where the brighter your Aryan fire burns, the more the fog tries to suffocate it. You will discover who or what is actually draining your energy when nobody is watching. You will understand why your biggest projects always seem to freeze right at the finish line. You will learn the exact words to cut these invisible cords of envy today. You will see how this turning point is actually the universe forcing you to protect your fire. And before this message ends, I will tell you a single phrase about your life that you will carry with you for the next few months. Have you ever felt that there is a strange heaviness pressing down on your life that peaks precisely when things are finally starting to align? As if your every move is being watched a little too closely. As if something inside you knows that not every gaze surrounding you is rooting for your success, but your logical mind hasn't been able to accept it yet. What if this sequence of delays at the finish line, friendships that suddenly cool off, and unexplained exhaustion isn't just a coincidence, but a sign that the universe is trying to show you the spiritual envy surrounding your Aryan journey? Because while many just pretend that envy doesn't exist, few realize that every stalled phase can carry an unspoken stare, an invisible chain, and a spiritual siege that hasn't been cut yet. But what if the great turning point lies in this exact revelation that you haven't been able to apply yet? Now think with me. Why does everything stall in my life precisely when it is about to work out? What if every project that died on the eve of success, every compliment that left a bitter taste in your mouth, every brilliant idea of yours they called crazy until someone else did it, every heavy energy drop after certain encounters, and this constant sensation of being closely watched, were signs of a spiritual envy you have ignored for too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret. Behind the spiritual envy against the sign of Aries. This book is not just a read, it is a revelation created for Aries who want to understand exactly where this energy that blocks your path comes from, cut the invisible cords of envy, the evil eye and the silent sabotage, and shield your energy so you can finally grow without the fear of being seen. Many Aries already feel they need to protect themselves from this energy surrounding them, but haven't yet made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But pay attention, the access could go offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform your journey. Do not wait for one more hard-earned victory to stall at the finish line before you seek out this protection. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the envy that tried to extinguish your light might be the exact proof that the universe has prepared a brilliance for you that is simply too grand to go unnoticed. You are still processing this right now, feeling that chill of recognition at the back of your neck. If this first word has already touched something deep inside you, write "My light is protected" down below. Not for me, but because another Aries who is exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path has a map, and it is already within your reach in the first pinned comment. I will come back to it shortly. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I do not receive a single cent for any of these messages I deliver here every day. Nothing at all. And yet they keep coming out every day, for you and for every Aries who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wishes to give back a little of what you have received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment. right below the book. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any amount your heart points to, that is what keeps this channel standing. That is what makes the next message reach another Aries tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I am waiting for you there, Aries. I haven't even told you the most important thing yet. There are 4 signs that this siege is already acting upon you, and you will recognize at least one of them. I need you to slow down for a second. We are about to enter a space that requires your complete presence. The noise of the world outside does not matter right now. What matters is that heavy silence you have been carrying inside, the one you push down every morning just to get through the day. Notice how your body reacts to what I am going to tell you right now, because the energy that is trying to stall your cycle doesn't arrive with a loud crash. It slips in quietly. It disguises itself as normal everyday frustrations, making you believe that you are the one failing, that you are just tired or out of luck. But Aries feels, Aries perceives, Aries recognizes a hostile field before a single word is spoken. And you know exactly what I am talking about. There are 4 signs that this unseen siege is already acting upon you, and you will recognize at least one of them. The first sign is that sudden, crushing exhaustion that hits you at 3 p.m. right after a seemingly normal conversation in the break room. For some of you, this showed up as an overwhelming urge to just sleep after talking to that one specific coworker. For others, it was a sudden brain fog right when you needed to be sharpest. You called it a burnout from working too hard, but the universe called it a silent energy drain. That wasn't just a lack of sleep. That was your energy field being siphoned by someone else's unspoken resentment. The second sign is the bitter aftertaste of a compliment you received last Tuesday, where the smile just didn't reach their eyes. The words sounded supportive, but your stomach tied itself in a knot the moment they left their mouth. You called it you being overly paranoid about people's intentions, but the universe called it your spiritual perception waking up. That wasn't your imagination playing tricks on you. It was your intuition detecting a hidden, heavy layer of envy masked as praise. The third sign is the inexplicable delay of that one approval you were waiting for, the email that never arrived on Friday afternoon. Everything was perfectly aligned, the hard work was done, and then nothing. Silence. The gears just stopped turning for no logical reason. You called it a sudden streak of bad luck right at the finish line, but the universe called it a spiritual siege. That wasn't bureaucratic bad luck or poor timing. It was the invisible weight throwing sand in your gears just when you were about to accelerate. And the fourth sign is that sudden chill and silence in the room when you enthusiastically shared your recent victory. You brought your fire, your joy, your pioneering spirit to the table, and instead of warmth, you were met with a heavy, uncomfortable pause. People suddenly got busy looking at their phones or changing the subject. That wasn't just people being distracted or tired. That was the collective heavy gaze trying to dim your pioneering light, punishing you for daring to burn so brightly in a room full of shadows. These signs have a common origin, and it has a name. But before the name, you need something else. There is a path of protection, and I am going to open it right now. Before the name, before the word. Because anyone who carries the heavy weight of this unseen siege needs relief before receiving the revelation. Stay here, and this is exactly where the path of protection opens. The signs that just hit you did not hit by accident, Aries. You have been carrying this for a long time, assuming it was simply the price you had to pay for your ambition. But it is that dense weight that isn't just physical fatigue. It is colder. It is a heavy field that tightens around you every time your light begins to expand. It acts exactly as if your intuition is screaming that not every smile in your direction is authentic, but you keep trying to justify it logically. You are a pioneer, and pioneers are taught to push through the pain. But what if this pattern of last-minute cancellations, sudden distance from people you trusted, and that draining physical toll isn't bad timing, but the clearest proof of the spiritual siege closing in on your Aryan fire? You keep looking for rational explanations for a blockage that operates entirely in the unseen realm. I have seen Aries who were exactly where you are right now, brilliant minds carrying immense potential, who had the vision, the drive, and the sheer willpower to move mountains. Yet they found themselves trapped in an invisible web that drained their momentum every single time they were about to cross the threshold of their biggest breakthroughs. They thought they just needed to work harder. They thought they were the problem. They spent nights wondering what they did wrong, why the people they helped were the first to disappear, and why their pure intentions were always met with cold shoulders. They were fighting a spiritual war using physical tools, unaware that the real battle was happening in the energy field surrounding them. The doors that slammed shut at the last second, the friendships that inexplicably froze when you evolved, the unmistakable feeling of carrying heavy looks that no one will admit to. The universe brought you here to end this cycle. And because I know you need to raise this shield right now, I'm handing you the key. I found it in this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. This is not merely a collection of words. This digital book is the exact map you need to understand exactly where this energy that blocks your path comes from. Cut the invisible cords of envy, the evil eye, and the silent sabotage, and shield your energy so you can finally grow without the fear of being seen. It gives you the precise instructions to stop apologizing for your brilliance, because the fundamental truth of your journey is this: envy cannot touch the fire that knows it is being watched. The siege only has power as long as it remains invisible. The moment you name it, it loses its grip. But this specific cosmic window will not stay open forever, and the energy trying to hold you back is betting on your hesitation. Do not let them win. Every day without this path is a day your energy bleeds into the shadows. Every delayed project, every unexplainable exhaustion, every bitter compliment is a heavy chain that tightens around your momentum. Every small victory that turns to ash in your mouth, every time you have to shrink yourself to fit into their comfort zones, every month you spend ignoring this invisible siege is another cycle, where your greatest victories are postponed by people who cannot handle the heat of your flame. This is the unseen cost of leaving your spiritual borders unguarded. You have the power to close those borders today. The digital book is in the first pinned comment. Download it right now while this word is still alive inside you. Step into the shelter that was prepared for you. Because this is the complete shielding from this siege that only this specific path maps out entirely. Breathe for a second. You can already feel the shift happening just by acknowledging the truth. The lighthouse does not need to fight the fog. It only needs to raise the thick glass that protects its flame. Once that solid barrier is up, the heavy mist of unspoken jealousy simply dissipates against the glass, completely unable to touch the fire roaring inside. You are not meant to extinguish the fog, Aries. You are meant to outshine it. And you are already beginning to raise that protective glass right now, just by refusing to carry a weight that was never yours to bear in the first place. And as I told you earlier, Aries, besides the digital book located in the first pinned comment, there is that open voluntary donation link right below the book. I still do not receive a single cent for any message that comes out of here for you. That is why this link exists, so that another Aries tomorrow can find the exact same message that found you today. Any amount your heart points to. Every such gesture keeps our channel standing and ensures the next message reaches whoever needs it, exactly as it reached you today. There is an ancient name for this. And now, with the path laid out before you, the name descends. For centuries, this heavy energy that presses down on your life precisely when you are about to succeed has had a name. It is not just a random sequence of bad luck. It is not a cosmic punishment for your ambition. It is the Vascania of the fire, an ancient mechanism of the heavy, envious gaze. It is the concentrated weight of unspoken jealousy that specifically targets those who lead the way, those who pioneer new paths, and those who dare to burn brighter than their surroundings. The Vascania of the fire does not need words or open conflict to operate. It travels quietly through the silent, heavy stares of those who watch your light expand and secretly wish they had your courage to step out of the shadows. When the Vascania of the fire settles over your energy field, it acts like a thick, invisible fog trying to suffocate a roaring flame. That is why your biggest projects freeze just when they are about to materialize. That is why the physical exhaustion hits you out of nowhere right after a completely normal conversation. The Vascania of the fire is not a flaw in your character. It is a parasitic force that feeds on the brilliance of your Aryan ambition. It specifically targets the moments when you are most vulnerable, when your guard is down because you are excited, when you are sharing your good news, when you are finally feeling proud of how far you have come. Think of the torchbearer navigating a dark cave. You hold the light. You take the first steps into the terrifying unknown, while everyone else walks safely behind, guided by your courage. You face the unseen dangers, you trip over the sharp rocks, you clear the path. But instead of gratitude, those walking safely in your light secretly resent how bright your fire burns. Why? Because your light highlights their own shadows. They watch your back, silently judging the very flame that guides them through the darkness, wishing you would just lower the torch so they wouldn't have to see their own fear. You have felt those eyes on your back, Aries. You have felt the sudden chill when you enthusiastically shared a victory with the people who were supposed to celebrate you, only to be met with a hollow silence and a forced smile. You have carried the heavy burden of being the brave one in the room, while absorbing the unspoken resentment of those who refuse to move forward. That is exactly where you are right now, Aries. But the torchbearer who learns to shield their flame never gets burned by the cold winds of envy again. When the torchbearer understands that the fire is not meant to be dimmed for the comfort of others, but protected behind a shield of absolute certainty, the heavy gazes lose all their power. The moment you realize that your light is a weapon of protection, the fog begins to dissipate. I have watched you carry the weight of their unspoken expectations for far too long. I saw every single time you swallowed your joy just to keep the peace in the room. I allowed this blockage to stop you right at the finish line, not to punish you, but to force you to look up and finally see the unseen arrows of envy being fired at you. Your light is too precious to be left unguarded. And this sudden stall is my way of teaching you how to raise your shield before you reach the top. There is a man who carried this exact same invisible siege for years. He built businesses from the ground up. He helped his family financially. He always took the lead and carried everyone else's burdens without complaining. And right when his biggest project was about to launch, the one that would change his life, everything suddenly froze. The money stopped flowing, the supportive people vanished, and a heavy, dark energy completely drained him. And then he didn't try to work harder. He didn't blame his lack of effort. He stopped and finally cut the unseen cords of envy that were draining his life force in secret. What changed in him wasn't his work ethic, it was his spiritual armor. He learned to protect his fire before sharing his warmth. And the moment he did, the invisible walls shattered and the path opened wide. You are sitting there right now taking a slow breath, feeling the tension finally beginning to melt from your jaw as you realize that the weight you have been carrying was never yours to bear. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name on it. But knowing the ancient name of this unseen siege is only half the battle. The Vascania of the fire only attacks those who possess a very specific, undeniable kind of light. This means that this heavy spiritual envy is actually pointing directly at who you truly are, beneath the daily exhaustion and the unexplained delays. The moment you understand the exact role you have been playing in this dynamic, the fog completely loses its ability to confuse you, and the heavy gazes simply slide right off your armor. You are the seen too much who learn to shrink. Aries is born to be visible, to stand out naturally, to be the bold splash of fire in a grey room. But after so many backhanded compliments and sudden cold shoulders from people you trusted, you started dimming your own light just so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable around your success. Your deepest vulnerability is that you learn to make yourself smaller, silently apologizing for a brilliant energy that was given to you by right. You are the pathbreaker, whose footsteps others steal. Aries carves the difficult way through the thick jungle, while everyone else safely follows behind in the clearing. You take the risks, you endure the scratches, you boldly face the unknown, yet your quiet heartbreak happens when the very people who walked safely on the path you cleared suddenly pretend they did it all by themselves, secretly hoping your next bold attempt fails just so they don't feel left behind. And you are the solitary warrior who fights without an audience. Aries carries the weight. Aries sustains the structure. Aries does not ask for permission and rarely asks for help. You have fought terrifying battles behind closed doors that no one will ever know about, shielding your loved ones from severe storms while pretending you weren't exhausted. But the heaviest part of this armor is the silent toll of being everyone's rock while feeling completely alone on the battlefield, absorbing the envious stares of those who only see your strength but never your hidden scars. All of these archetypes live deeply inside you right now, merging into the one fierce pioneer who refuses to be permanently extinguished by the fog. Notice your chest right now. That warmth has a name. It is your true Aryan fire finally waking up to claim its rightful space. You are not broken. You are simply a powerful warrior who has been fighting an invisible war without the proper spiritual shield. This identity that has just been declared over you needs to be sustained, because the Aries who knows their own value without understanding the siege that surrounds them goes back to carrying heavy gazes that are not theirs. To protect the pathbreaker within you, you need the right armor. That is exactly what you will find in this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is waiting for you right now in the first pinned comment. You must take this step to sustain the powerful identity that has just been declared over your life. Do not wait for that heavy stare to return before you secure what has just been revealed about you. Grab your copy, raise your thick glass shield, and ensure your energy remains completely untouchable. I promised I would come back to this, but before that, you need to know exactly how this cycle will try to return, because it will try. I warned you that this cycle would try to return, and you need to know exactly how it operates when it does, because the invisible siege does not give up easily. When it realizes that you have discovered its name, it changes tactics. It slips through the cracks of your daily life, trying to catch you off guard. But when you know exactly what to look for, you become completely untouchable. There are 3 specific tactics this energy will use in the coming days, and for each one, I am giving you the exact weapon to cut it down. The first tactic is the doubt that sounds exactly like your own voice telling you that you are not ready yet. This is the weight of the pioneer. For some of you, this shows up as family members who subtly mock your bold ideas until they succeed. For others, it is co-workers who quietly hope you fail so they do not have to push themselves. They implant the hesitation in your mind. The next time you have a bold idea, your instinct will be to ask for their opinion. Do not. Write it down and tell absolutely no one for 48 hours. When that fake implanted doubt hits you, use this weapon. Verbally declare, "My mind is my own," and physically snap your fingers to immediately break the mental loop. You will literally feel the energy of the idea compound instead of leaking out into their shadows. The second tactic is the backhanded compliment that tries to reopen the energetic door. This is the smile that drains. For some of you, this is that one friend who only calls when you are struggling, but goes silent when you win. For others, it is the relative who compliments your new achievement, but with a sharp, unmistakable tone of bitterness. They want to make you feel guilty for outgrowing them. When this happens, visualize a mirror reflecting their words directly back to them as they speak. Your weapon is this. Declare in your mind, "I return this to the sender," and cross your arms for a brief moment. You will leave the interaction feeling completely energized, and they will suddenly feel the need to excuse themselves. The third tactic is the finish line sabotage. It is the sudden, overwhelming urge to hide, downplay, or even delete your achievements because you sense the collective heavy gaze judging you. You feel the sudden chill in the room and decide it is safer to just shrink. Never again, Aries. Your weapon against this final siege is simple. Declare out loud, "I will not dim my light for their comfort," and intentionally leave your victory visible. Let them look. Let them be blinded by it. These 3 weapons protect you from what I was able to show you today. But the cycle has more layers than can fit in one video. When the praise comes with a bitter undertone, when the big project stalls yet again on the eve of completion, when that nameless exhaustion returns right after certain social interactions, you must be ready. These weapons are just the beginning. To secure the rest of your perimeter, you need this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Spiritual Envy Against the Sign of Aries. It is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Because this book is exactly the complete map of the spiritual armor you need, so this siege can never blindside you again. I am not rushing you. I am warning you. Do not wait for the next invisible siege to close in before you open this map. This cosmic window of protection is open right now, but the energy trying to stall you is just waiting for you to hesitate. Secure your armor today. Take a deep breath. Now, I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. I need you to close your eyes for just a moment. Lower your guard completely. The endless battle you have been fighting in your mind all day can wait outside this room. Drop your shoulders right now. Take one slow, deep breath. Hold it for a second and let it out. You are safe here, Aries. You do not have to be the strong one right now. You do not have to hold everything together for everyone else. This is the exact moment where the heavy, exhausting armor comes off and your real, impenetrable spiritual shielding begins to take form. Keep your eyes closed and imagine a thick, heavy cord attached to the base of your neck. This cord is the invisible siege. It represents every unspoken expectation, every heavy gaze, every ounce of spiritual envy that has been quietly directed at you over the past few months. Feel how dense and cold it is against your skin. Now, visualize a blade of pure red Aryan fire materializing in your dominant hand. Feel the intense living heat of it against your palm. You are the torchbearer. With one swift, decisive motion, swing that blade and cut the cord. Feel the immediate, sharp snap. Feel the heavy weight instantly lifting off your shoulders, your spine straightening up naturally as the unseen pressure finally vanishes. Watch as a towering wall of roaring fire surrounds you, creating a safe, impenetrable circle where only your own untainted energy can exist. The thick fog of jealousy is burning away the second it hits your glass shield. Breathe in that warm, protective light. Release the crushing weight of the unspoken stares that made you question your own undeniable worth. Release the quiet guilt of shining too brightly in rooms that prefer the comfort of the dark. Release the deep-seated fear of being seen, that toxic impulse to hide your hard-earned victories just so others will not feel small around you. Release the draining connections that only wanted you around when you were struggling and went completely cold the exact moment you began to rise. I activate the seen too much who learn to shrink, and I command you to reclaim every single inch of your rightful space today. I activate the pathbreaker, whose footsteps others steal, and I command you to walk your pioneer path without ever looking back for their empty validation. I activate the solitary warrior who fights without an audience, and I remind you that your fierce fire never needed their applause to burn down the obstacles in your way. You are still processing this right now, feeling a profound sense of relief washing over you, a sudden lightness in your chest that you haven't felt in a very long time. Before we seal this energy, write down below the name of someone you are carrying through this crossing, or if it is just for you, write in one sentence what you are expecting the universe to return to you. I will read it, and you will not be writing this alone. Do not release this energy yet. We are not finished. Stay with me. I seal the doors of your home against any energy that does not belong to you. I seal the fruits of your hard work so they are never delayed again by unseen hands. I seal everything that is currently on its way to you, ensuring it arrives precisely on time. I have watched you carry the weight of their unspoken expectations for far too long. I saw every single time you swallowed your joy just to keep the peace in the room. I allowed this blockage to stop you right at the finish line, not to punish you, but to force you to look up and finally see the unseen arrows of envy being fired at you. I saw you swallow your good news at that table because something warned you it wasn't safe. I watched your intuition flare up, and I watched you try to quiet it down because you didn't want to believe that those closest to you could harbor such heavy resentment. Your light is too precious to be left unguarded, and this sudden stall is my way of teaching you how to raise your shield before you reach the top. I brought this cycle to a halt, because if you had crossed that threshold without your armor, the siege would have consumed the very foundation you built. I am the one who placed that heavy exhaustion on your shoulders at 3 in the afternoon, not to break you, but to force you to stop and realize that your energy was bleeding out. I needed you to feel the drain, so you would finally learn to close the doors of your spiritual field. You called it a streak of bad luck. I call it an absolute intervention. I have shielded you from battles you didn't even know you were fighting, and now it is time for you to take up your own sword and protect the brilliant path I have laid out for you. The doubt that sounds exactly like your own voice ends right here. The backhanded compliment that tries to reopen the energetic door ends right here. The finish line sabotage that makes you want to hide your achievements ends right here. Aries has never been too impulsive. Aries is not envied for arriving first. Aries is envied for having the courage others spend their lives pretending to have. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you, I saw you swallow your good news at that table because something warned you it wasn't safe. And that is exactly why I need to remind you of one thing before I seal this. What was cut here today is real. The relief you are feeling right now is real. But make no mistake, that heavy, envious stare that will try to sit on your shoulders again tomorrow morning is also real. The world will try to convince you that nothing changed, and the fog will attempt to test your new boundaries. To make sure that fire stays protected long after this video ends, and to sustain the powerful shield that was raised during this crossing so it doesn't fade by tomorrow, you need to keep this digital book by your side. The great secret behind the spiritual envy against the sign of Aries. It is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Grab it right now. Do not wait for tomorrow's challenges to test the protection we just built today. There are thousands of Aries listening to this right now, sharing this exact same silence, taking this exact same breath. You are part of a fierce, pioneering wave waking up to their true power today. If this voice found you today, subscribe to the channel. Not for numbers, but because the next message in this series will look exactly for those who have already crossed this first one. In the next video of this series, I'm going to show you the exact sign that appears 3 days before the siege falls, and why almost every Aries completely ignores it. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Aries, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far, you have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture. The universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. And when the heavy stare tries to return, remember that the answer has a name, the great secret of spiritual envy, and it is already within your reach. The lighthouse is finally protected by the thick glass. The fog can swirl and press all it wants, but it will never touch your fire again. Now, you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen, what was cut was cut. Walk light, Aries.